she wasn't gone. What Thesetips saw next changed everything. Welcome back to day 6 of my 100-day cavity-free challenge. Yesterday, Thesetips returned with 2 cold drinks and found the house empty. The chair was empty, the room was silent, and Tama was nowhere to be seen. As he stood there holding the drinks, only one thought ran through his mind. She left. Let's continue. Thesetips slowly placed the drinks on the table. A painful smile crossed his face. He should have expected it. After all, this wasn't the first time. Every woman he had brought here had eventually disappeared. Some left immediately. Others stayed a little longer before finding excuses to walk away. Maybe Tama was no different. Maybe he had been foolish to hope. He turned toward the door, preparing to leave the room for some fresh air. Then he heard something. A faint sound from outside. Thesetips stepped out and looked around. Then he froze. There was Tama. She was standing beside a small water tap near the back of the house. Her sleeves were rolled up, and in her hands was a bucket. Thesetips stared in confusion. Tama? She turned and smiled. Oh, you're back. Thesetips blinked. What are you doing? Tama looked at the bucket. I noticed your water container was almost empty, so I decided to help fill it. For a moment, Thesetips couldn't speak. He had spent the entire walk back convincing himself that she had left. Yet here she was, not running away, not hiding, not judging him, helping him. You stayed? That evening, Thesetips and Tama sat together in the small room. The 2 cold drinks he had bought were finally opened. For a while, they talked and laughed. The room that once felt empty suddenly felt different, warmer, more alive. As the sun began to set, Tama looked around the house again. Then she asked a question. Debo, can I ask you something? Of course, Thesetips replied. Tama hesitated. Then she said, why do you always act like you are not good enough? Thesetips was caught off guard. What do you mean? Tama leaned forward. Ever since I've known you, you've always been afraid. Afraid people will leave, afraid people will judge you, afraid you are not enough. Thesetips looked down. He didn't know how to answer, because deep down he knew she was right. Years of rejection had convinced him that he wasn't worthy, that anyone who got too close would eventually walk away. Tama smiled gently. Debo, not everyone is looking at what you have. Some people are looking at who you are. The room became quiet. Those words stayed in Thesetips' mind. No one had ever said something like that before. Then Tama stood up. It's getting late, she said. I should go home. For a moment, Thesetips felt nervous again. What if this was goodbye? What if tomorrow changed everything? As if she could read his mind, Tama smiled. Don't worry, I'll see you tomorrow. And with that, she walked out the door. Thesetips stood there watching her leave. This time, he wasn't filled with fear. For the first time in a while, he felt hopeful. But neither of them knew that tomorrow would bring news that could change everything. Now, before we continue the story tomorrow, let's do today's challenge. Avoid eating sweets before bed. When you eat sweets at night and go straight to sleep, sugar stays on your teeth for hours. That gives cavity-causing bacteria plenty of time to produce acids that can damage your teeth. If you are craving something sweet, try to have it earlier in the day. And if you do eat sweets at night, make sure you brush your teeth before going to bed. Small habits like this can make a big difference over time. Now tell me, do you think Thesetips is finally learning to trust? Or do you think something is about to go wrong? Drop your answer in the comments, and tomorrow on day 8 of my 100-day cavity-free challenge, we'll discover the unexpected news waiting for Thesetips. See you tomorrow. Keep smiling.